Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Ah, yes, here we go. The game itself. Not sure why my internet just died out of nowhere. That doesn't matter because we're back. We're here. We're the game number 2. Yay! Woo! Solo casting is so rough. It's been a while, but honestly, I've been rusty as hell. So like, this is well needed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's gonna get jumped. He's dead. Even if he flashes. Oh, wait, maybe? Didn't realize he had a flash movement speed. Oh my god. How low was he? I need to look. Hold on, hold on. How low did he get? How low did he get? I'm just... 3! He was 3 HP? What? Him surviving was a miracle, but now he's just screwed. He can't... like, he is eons behind now. Oh, this is gonna be a rough start for Nispril. I don't know how he's gonna do it. He's gonna try his best. He's now walking over to the red buff. But doesn't really matter because they know he's there. There's a ward there as well. Get that extra security, but with the process of elimination, he can only be in the bottom side of the jungle. But then again, they can't really do much. Uh-oh, Pun. He's whacking away. On-prem, dangerously low. Ooh. Scarlet might not be in the best of starts right now. And Kenny is looming. He could look for a dive, but doesn't want to toss this lead, this advantage that he has. See how it turns out though, because yeah, Nispril getting thrown behind. Somehow survived on 3 HP. And with that, Nispril gets away with his life. But he does have to force the to bear the repercussions of being behind early. How does that fare out for Kenny? Already a 2 camp advantage. Oh wait, is it 2? Yeah, 2 camp advantage over Nispril now. And he will go for the Skull Crab, but Nispril will also take Scuttle down the bottom side. So he's slowly coming back, but he's still barely behind. He needs to look for some sort of early gank in order to get himself back in the game. But right now, he is not in the best of positions. He's going to try to go for a counter jungle angle. But 0-7 is well aware of this pathing. And he will zone away Nispril, trying to do what he can. Does he know there's a ward there? I'm not sure, because on-prem, he's on the wrong side of the map. You're not on red side anymore. He's forced to fight. Does do good damage. Candela doesn't quite have the resources to come up, but he has to anyway, just to secure this kill onto on-prem. He is surviving for a very long time. The slow is there, and Candela is not needed. Kenny gets the final auto. First blood over to him. Again. He's gotten first bloods both games so far. That's really well played. Nispril. Oh, he's looking. But he doesn't quite want it. Does manage to get the bottom side camps down despite being on a ward. And that does neutralize the early advantage that Kenny did get. Halo Blades doing work here. Cynical needs to get the hell out of there. See what happens now. Void Grubs. Yep, Kenny with the early skirmishing junglers will be able to pick up the grubs with ease as there's a little bit of a skirmish happening. Nisbril getting tagged up, but he is Maokai, so we could heal up a bit of it back up. They will be all fine and dandy as they head over. Early game has been relatively quiet, but that was also the same story back in game number 1. Nothing too surprising as of right now. No one making any disastrous mistakes. But there was a chance that Nisro could have been way further behind. Heike Savage looking for something here, but does get jumped by Cynical. But he doesn't really have the damage to kill off Heike Savage. But he will, Heike Savage will respectfully back away. But Candela is honestly dangerously low. Heike Savage could look for a kill angle here. Chaos Storm going to be used to push the wave even further to get a good back timer off. Does need to be careful. Candela does walk a little bit farther away so we can avoid the cannon barrage coming in from Heike Savage. That does reset the wave. It is a shame that Candela did have to use the Chaos Storm there, but considering how quiet this game has been so far, there is not going to be many opportunities to get that off. Now the dragon going to get started up. There is priority in the bot lane on the side of RU Scarlet, and they will be able to take it with ease as the bot wave does crash into the tower. On Prim does get jumped by Kenny, but there isn't quite enough damage. It does seem like Kenny is just there to get some extra souls for his passive. Rest in peace, the airy interaction. Now we are back into that lull state of the game. Heike Savage peppering Candela down with these cannon barrages. Does even land the big one. That's huge. Honestly, a little bit of vertical jungling coming in from both players at this point, because, oh, wait a minute, Nisbril with the Nature's Grasp does find a root, but Cynical is going to get called out. He's going to get stunned up, but this Piercing Darkness is going to be enough. Nisbril does manage to flash away right in the alley-oop for Heike Savage. And Cynical does go down. Candela is there to try to find something. But he's a little too late. Great play coming in from the bot lane. Nisbril, despite being thrown behind early into the game, does manage to come back, does get an assist of his own. So he is able to have some impact in this game, for the very least. That is a very, very good thing. Considering how lucky he was in that early game, getting away with 3 HP. That is, like, crazy. Cynical doesn't detect Nisbril, though. It does seem like Nisbril does get away with his life again. Heike Savage, he's almost going to get stunned up by the grab field, but the damage coming in from these rockets are so much, but the Chaos Storm and the heal, Heike Savage almost goes down. The Ignite and the Chaos Storm just barely keep from reach, as Nisbril might go down here, as he is just gonna buy time for his teammates as they actually get a kill onto Candela. Bard ultimate going to miss. I honestly forgot what Bard ultimate was. I knew I had it. Yeah, Temper Fate. There it is. Yeah. Anyway, we're back. Void Grubs are available, and just like last game, the base department will pick it up. Oh. That's a slight mishap. don't know what happened. I feel like I think the internet died again. Not entirely too sure. See what happens so far, because I don't know what's going on. This is not good. I'm trying to play Clash later. Never mind that. Bit of a awkward stream right now. Kind of happy that it's just me solo casting, but oh wow, Nature's Grasp going to be used ambitiously by Nisbro. Cynical is honestly caught. There's the Ash Arrow. The CC chain is there, and they will get that kill. 0-7 needs to run for the hills. There's too many members to handle down the bottom side of the map. Another great pick, capitalizing on Cynical's lack of flash. They do so with ease, and it might be a first tower, honestly, going over to the RU Scarlet members. A slight injection of cash. Again, we're in that wall state. But it won't be a long one, because Dragon's spawning in about 20 seconds. Oop. That wasn't happen. There we go. Dragon spawned. They're already there. Kenny has Red Cane available. So he's going to be that extra front line for the team. Disbro, he's already tagged up, but the arrow does connect onto Candela. There's the CC chain, but the Temper Fate onto 3. But this is going to be enough. Flash forward coming in from Kenny. Dragon is also taken by base department. Heike Savage being a threat in the backline. 0-7 should be going down here. Great cannon barrage use. And now the rest of the base department, they're getting corralled. Pun Pun trying to do what he can. Triple kill for Heike Savage. He's going to stay alive, and he's going to just barrel Cannon Barrage away to a quadra kill. And 7-0 is the Corky. I'm not even too sure if he used the package there. Did he use the package? Yeah, he definitely did use the package during that fight. And oh my, the damage coming in. Has the Manamune already locked and loaded. Could go for the Malignance pickup, but he doesn't really need to. We'll see what these components do build into, though. Could be the Eclipse. Does look like an Eclipse angle. We'll see how that turns out right now, because Herald is available. That might be the objective that both these teams might prioritize, and it does look like Heike Savage is moving up. Might be there to catch the top wave instead. Kenny is here. Kenny's gonna find Piggers. Piggers might go down. The knockup does connect, and surely he goes down. The Ash Arrow tries to buy a little bit more time. Chain of Corruption will connect. So does the Nature's Grasp, and this collapse coming in. Where are you, Scarlet? Onprim is here with the TP, and he will finally finish off Kenny. Doesn't have the Ornhorn just yet. Pun Pun trying to do what he can. Jack's ultimate going to be used. And Onprim trying to find and engage, but doesn't quite land the CC right now. Needs to run the hell away for the time being. Ornn ulti up in 15 seconds. He is furiously pinging that right now. And both teams will just back away for now. Henry is not doing so well in the mana department for now. Does use the Yomus to try to find something. He might get punished here. Here goes Pun Pun. The cleanse is there. And can they capitalize? The slow, the stun, the knockup will connect now onto Cynical. Pun Pun. In the end, gets punished on his end. Cynical trying to look for a stun, but can't get in range. Kenny, honestly, is still very ahead from Nisbro. Does have the Eclipse up and ready, but the Sunfire on Nisbro is also here as Kenny wants to keep fighting. He knows he's ahead. He knows he's very strong, and he takes out Piggers once again. Timber Fate does buy a bit of time, but the Chaos Storm into the knockup is well timed and well layered. Cynical almost goes down, but he is a fast little boy. And a great response coming in for the base department. Will also get a turret of their own. And Kenny needs to do a lot more work in order to bring his team to a Game 2 win. He is 5-2. Slowly but surely building towards his next item. And the Eclipse was finished by Heike Savage, still 7-0. A very strong threat right now for the base department. Perseverance also going to be picked up by Varus, by Henry. Giving himself that extra movement speed when he gets a kill. And also gives him extra lethality out of combat. That is also another thing to mention. Just makes his first piercing arrow in a fight that much more painful. See what happens here. The arrow does connect, but the cleanse is not well timed. And does that mean he goes down? No, not just yet. He will be able to survive. TP coming in, but it's going to get canceled by the Herald. On-Prem will go down to the hands of Cynical. Does have the ultimate to threaten, but will he use it? He will hold on, but Candela's on the flank. Nisbro will get stunned, and Nisbro will go for the root. Tries to do what he can. Will survive, but in the end, will go down. The Temper Fate does keep Piggers alive for a little bit longer, but he does go down in the end. Heike Savage, he's 7-0. The Muramana is online. But can he do anything? He's running out of rockets. So we'll see if he can do anything. Pun Pun is there to threaten. The Valkyrie is there to give him extra space, but the poke damage is there. Heike Savage doing what he can. On-Prim is here thanks to the teleport. The Ornhorn is there, but the dragon is secured. Kenny trying to do what he can. Sees a kill onto Heike Savage, flashes forward, but can he get the knockup down? No, the Umbral Trespass going to be used first, but the Q goes wide, but the W connects. 1,000 gold going in over to Kenny. And he does get away. This mid-game, way closer than the last. And Kenny is that much stronger now. Has the Eclipse, has the Cleaver. And he is doing all he can to take over this game. Boss chapter going to be picked up by Heike Savage. Finally, the Malignance is going to be coming in. That should at least help fix the lack of rockets that Heike Savage was dealing with. We're not going to talk about that cannon miss. See what happens here now. Everyone piling towards the Baron Pit. Arya Scarlet are slightly behind now. They need to do what they can. There's the arrow. Piggers has been on fire, honestly, with these arrows. And that's going to be a free pick onto Owen, who even burns Flash. And is that going to be enough? Is that going to be enough for a Baron call? Doesn't look like they will do that just yet. The whole state continues. Mikey Savage has package available. Can he really do a whole lot? Package right now, it looks like the answer might be no, but on Prim? He's gonna get touched a little bit tickled. But the tickle's kind of hurt. Kenny has Black Cleaver. Oh no, on Prim. Can't be that far up right now. Oh, great movement though. But does burn the flash in the end. Nisbro is here. The gravity field is there to stun him up a little bit. But the Ornhorn is available. Great dodge coming in from Nisbro. Kenny, he does have the Umbral Trespass, but Pun Pun was there to look for a fight, but opts to back away. With the Baron on the table, both teams want to be very careful. They don't want to go down early. They don't want to go down without any sort of trade. And here it's the start of the fight. The Tempered Fate going to catch up Piggers. And he will get taken out, but it's only the support. So it's not going to mean that the Baron will go and get started away. Uh-oh. Henry does get stunned up, but he's relatively safe for now. Four versus 5 for Are You Scarlet? Can they find a way to get themselves to survive before Piggers respawns? On Prim, taken down pretty low, is forced to back away, does have to teleport if needed. Dragon is also spawning in about 40 seconds. So what does the base department do here? Do they go for the Baron play? Do they go for the Dragon? But it looks like the Dragon might be that answer. We'll see what happens, though, as the rest of Are You Scarlet doing the same, getting that vision control early. That bottom wave does reset. On Prim is there to try to get that shoved in as soon as possible before any sort of opening shows up for the base department. All 5 grouped together, trying to look for something. They do point out that the bot wave is pushing. They will promptly back away for the time being. But that does give Are You Scarlet some presence down in the Dragon Pit. Sorry, base department now in a retake position. They're gonna try to find what they can. The knockup doesn't quite connect. But Are You Scarlet are also very separated right now. They need to start grouping up. Kenny trying to capitalize, but can't quite find anything. Heike Savage threatening that package as well. Can use it at any given moment. Poke is coming in. Dragon taken down very low. This is going to be a fight that's going to start. On-Prim does have the ultimate. Great block coming in from On-Prim, but the rest of the carries, they're going to get stunned up. They might go down. Henry does flash away. Piggers getting taken down very low. Heike Savage does use the package to try to do some sort of extra damage, but it's used as a zoning potential of Heike Savage. Still firing away, doing what he can. The poke is there. Kenny gets a knock-up, gets 2 more. Dragon does go over to the side of Are You Scarlet, but considering how close that team fight was, they can't. The base department can't really go for a Baron. They don't have the damage. They don't have anything to like actively secure it. Now Henry is here to block the mid turret from going down. Didn't quite catch tier 1, but does prevent the tier 2. And Kenny, he is really damn ahead. 12k gold to his name. Highest net worth in the game right now. Followed behind Heike Savage, who's only 1,000 gold away. Same goes with Henry, but that was just a very well-timed ultimate coming in from Cynical with the Tempered Fate, catching 3 members. Arrow doesn't quite connect on the Candela. And now there's the Baron play. This game is still close. 2k gold is the difference separating these two teams. And 2k gold isn't that big of a advantage right now. It's still a very, 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 very close game. Void Staff is slowly being picked up by Heike Savage. Malignant's now online, gives him that extra damage, gives him that extra cooldown reduction. And Pun Pun doing his best to split push, does manage to get the tier 2 bot lane. Matter of time when a spring does go off, a trap played by any of these teams could go off. The Malignant's doing a good amount of damage. Here's the Temper Fate. It's going to catch onto Nispril. He is a very important target in this team fight, but the Twisted Advance is going to dodge away from the knockup. They do find a kill onto the Bard. They might find one on Candela. Heike Savage needs to hightail it out of there. He needs to go. Nispril is going to get caught. 0-7, and Kenny should be able to secure the kill onto Nispril, and he will go down. The Aura knockup not going to be used, what it seems like. And now it's going to be a 3 versus 3, or 4 versus 3 on the map. And again, another close team fight, which doesn't result in a Baron play. 28 minutes into the game, it's right now pretty much a stalemate from both these teams. And eventually, someone has to slip up. Someone has to get picked. Someone has to go down. And only one team can win this game. Now they have to go for Dragon. Both teams sitting at 2 drags. Just find a way to get themselves back into the game. Scarlet is going to be picked up by Henry. Orn item also going to be online for him as well. It's going to be an interesting spectacle to see how both these teams play out this fight. Kenny. Uh-oh. Kenny. Oh. That was a little scary for the bot lane duo of Are You Scarlet. Kenny just looming, just threatening that knockup that could easily devastate the entirety of Are You Scarlet. But here we go. Candela going to be used to teleport. Nature's Grass going to be used by Nispril. And all the ultimates are going to be in, but Henry, with his best Gumayushi impression, will steal away the dragon. But how does the team fight turn out? A good rocket coming in. Heike Savage does have the package. Will use it to disengage. And a great steal coming in from Are You Scarlet. That essentially keeps them alive in this game, and the game stays even though the 3k gold advantage is over to the base department. But right now, it's It's dead even. Uh-oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Henry, you can't just walk around like that. You might go down. Your piercing darkness gonna slow him down. Chaos Storm is there, but he's gonna survive at a sliver of HP. He is very lucky to be alive. That was a really bad positioning error coming in from him, and now Nisperl might commit the same mistake that Henry committed. But it looks like the disengage is good. Nisperl, a great knockback. But the stun! It's on the Heike Savage! Cosmic Binding is critical there. And that's gonna mean Baron quickly being pinged. The man advantage is huge right now. And it all rests in Henry's hands. He doesn't hit the Chain of Corruption, but he's going to try to do what he can. Tempered Fate, no flash, no way of getting out. He's going to go down. The Cosmic Binding is good. The Cleanse is not good. And everyone on RU Scarlet is collapsing. And they can't do a damn thing for this Baron. 18 seconds left on Heike Savage. But as soon as he respawns, he will not be there in time. Baron going over. Finally, some sort of advantage going over to one team, and it's going to be the base department. Now suddenly, are you Scarlet? Now on the back foot. They had a bit of a scare in the first game when Pun Pun went for the split push on the Fiora. But we'll see if they are able to keep it together. Bunker down for the time being. See if they can find some sort of an advantage. It's not looking so good right now. But can they find some sort of opening? The Canic Rookern going to be available and bought by Cynical. Give him that extra magic resistance for Heike Savage. Same goes for the Jax. Pun Pun also picking it up. Going for a more frontline oriented build, as he doesn't really need to carry a whole lot, honestly, because Kenny is there for that job. What is the play here? Mid lane going to be opened up for the base department. Dragon not going to be spawned until like a minute and a half later. Vision already going to be placed for that objective. How does Scarlet look for anything here? Heike Savage cannot afford to get caught one more time, or else the game is pretty much effectively over. Scarlet can give away this dragon, though. They can't afford to do that, so there's a chance that they do so. In the end, great poke coming in. But committing this many resources up into the top lane might give slightly more of an advantage over to the base department. Cynical grabs himself an extra set of wards on that base, but here we go. There's the stun, but the cleanse is there. But Onprim nails the knockup. Heike Savage tries to go for a kill, but the flash away is good. And that does allow Pun Pun to keep going. Everyone on RU Scarlet needs to back away. They need to do some damage control right now. And Pun Pun is able to get away, but does take away the inhibitor. And now the rest of the base department trying to do what he can. Heike Savage doing a lot of damage. But it does not translate to a whole lot. Dragon now available. Does the Scarlet go for this? Do they dare go for a risky teamfight here? When they are very behind. 9k gold now is the difference. Can they do anything? Onprim, he's gonna get taken down, maybe. Is able to dash away, but look at Kenny. He's already in the back line. Heike Savage gonna get caught up by the Elmo Trespass. Needs to do what he can. Has to flash. Will flash away, but he cannot flash from the grasp of Pun Pun. Everyone else collapsing before his eyes. And it looks like the base department will be able to secure the second game of this best of 5 series. Everyone staying alive, but on the other side, everyone goes down except Nispril. And there's the surrender. They know it's over. We're going to a game 3. We in for a long one. It seems like. Oh boy. I am going to probably lose my voice, and I will not be able to call shots during my Clash game. That's okay, because this is a banger. And look at this damage chart. Wow, Kenny popping off with so much gold. Look at that, 18k. Candela doing so much damage. And Heike Savage could not do a whole lot. But he tried his best. He was 7-0. But unfortunately, could not cross the line. Unfortunately, that was how the second game turned out. Heike Savage almost was able to cross the line, like I said, but wasn't able to do so. Kenny just putting on a masterclass, honestly, with his the CS. Like, look at that, 317 on a jungler. That's kind of crazy. You don't see that very often. And with that, yeah, I'm gonna go on a break. I might keep this graphic up just to have you guys look at the post game. That's gonna be game number 2 of 5, possibly, for this grand final of Fireside. So we will be right back for game number 3. Oh shoot, we back. Finally. That was a bit of a long one, but here we go. We are back. Scarlet Classic for Fireside. Oh my god, I set the wrong tournament. Oh no. Oh no. Ah, Fireside. I'm tired. Grand finals. Yeah. Boom. There we go. Ah. Everyone in the past games. You cannot pick them anymore. So yeah. So the right now the champions that cannot be picked are Maokai, Varus, Ash, Ornn, Corki, Kane, Senna, Jax, Bard, Victor, Lucian, Nami, Ori's, the Karma, Azir, Seraphine, Kennen, and Fiora, Bel'Veth, blah 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 blah. Yeah, you got all that. I think yeah, I trust you guys. So new picks, and so far the big one is going to be the Rengar over for the base department. They did switch sides once again. So RU Scarlet are on the red side, and you can probably figure out that they're on the red side because Nispril locked in his signature Echo Jungle. And we'll see. He's finally picked out his main. He cannot be banned out, so that will be the pick coming in for Nispril. So far, everything is pretty normal. I want to talk about that Rengar a little bit. It's going to be a very interesting pick, considering that the rest of RU Scarlet are relatively safe picks. Aphelios could survive a burst, considering assuming that he has the red gun and uses the ultimate to get that flat healing bonus off. We will see. RU Scarlet doing some thinking here for their support pick. Will opt for the Braum. Finally with the Aphelios. Not a bad combination, honestly. I haven't seen that a whole lot, but there is potential with that pick. Oh boy. Oh, look at that. And we are done the draft, it seems like almost. Had to figure out something on my end real quick, but Yana and Syndra for decided the base department. Syndra has been a very stable pick the past like few years, honestly. But right now, these items definitely are helping Syndra the most. The Storm Surge did get nerfed, so it might hinder Syndra's damage potential. But the Rise is a pretty good response, although the range may not be there. So it's definitely going to be a bit of a skill matchup. Rise does excel in the roaming potential, though, so it could be a factor when fighting over the grubs. That will be something that the base department should look out for. Kenny on the Rengar. Again, another one of those early game skirmishing junglers going to be picked so that he can grab those grubs as early as possible and as quickly as possible without suffering any catastrophic setbacks. We're just going to play this out because draft is relatively simple. Sante and Aatrox, it's really just almost a wet noodle fight. Because Sante's not really going to die because he's naturally tanky. Aatrox isn't going to die because he heals when he slaps Sante. Just going to be a push and pull. So nothing should happen in the top lane unless junglers intervene and obviously grub fights. For now, it's going to be essentially just a skill matchup up in the top lane. Echo and Rengar probably going to do a lot of work in the early game. There's a chance this world does go for clearing route, try to get that level 6 as soon as possible. But that could also be the same story for the Rengar. If he wants to get this thrill to hunt early, it's going to be up to them in order to figure out what they want to do, how they want to plays.
Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
And we are back for some more Fireside action. Base department to look for a play down there, but look at this. They're here, they're here, they're here, they're here. They're doing the 5-point and plus rise. He's just there. Anyway,
Minions have spawned.
go. Game 3 of possibly 5. It's honestly funny because that's the what's it called? The Eclipse Orn item is the only one I know. And Rem is right. It is Syzygy. It's the only one I know because I remember like years ago, like me and Dennis, the Dennis is well graduated now. And yeah, we saw the Orn item for the Eclipse way back when. It was like what, 2-3 years ago? It's like the only one that I remember. So yeah. There you have it. But yeah, it is Syzygy. So that's the only Orn item that I know from memory. So far, nothing too big is happening so far. Like this is what we expected. On Prim is hurting a little bit in this early game. Look at this, 0-7. 0-7. He put that ward there. It's a very all important ward with Nispro soon enough pulling up there. This will help Kenny, who is moving up towards the top side. That's gonna help Kenny get some early information. We'll see how Kenny does capitalize with it. There it is. He's gonna get detected right now. Now it's a matter of what happens here. Heike Savage gonna get poked down pretty low. Does have a biscuit, but that's really all he has to do. Work with it. Ooh, a great shove back coming in from Pun Pun. He's not doing so well in mana. Yeah, only has enough for a singular Q. He's forced to go home. So far, it's going to be a little... Oh, great gap close coming in from Kenny, but the parallel convergence onto 2. It's so good. Nisprol showing off why he's the Echo main. Does secure first blood for his team. Wants to forget about the early game disadvantage that he had in game number 2. And now Pigger's in a bit of trouble, but does have the W to get himself out if he needs to. There you have it. There's the Echo main in full force. And a great counter gank. I feel like in the end, base department probably saw it coming. They knew he was in the bottom side of the jungle thanks to that early ward coming in from 0-7, but it did seem like they weren't expecting Nispro to just go straight into the jungle, look for the scuttle, and then back away. That was what I assumed the base department were thinking. Nispro was probably going to get the scuttle, then back, then go topside. But they did not expect a wild Echo to be down there. And look at this. There's an all-in potential coming in. But 0-7 respectfully flashes away. And now this early game, not really going the way of Kenny. As the first grub does go down on the top side of the map. There goes the second. Kenny is here, but is he able to smite away the third? Yeah, he will. For the time being, parallel convergence is there. Good stun, but Nisril will use the passive to get himself out. That is well played. We'll see how this happens here. Pun Pun going in, uses the all out, and so does Onprim. Anprim, Onprim, and Anprim. I don't know. But there's a trade of ultimates. Pun Pun can use the rest of his all out to push this wave, and he will do so. Nisbro is spotted on a ward, and he's pretty low. And Onprim gonna keep going. Almost gets stunned. But is able to avoid it in the nick of time. And now are you Scarlet? They're gonna try to go for this Dragon Heki Savage. Trying to zone away Candela. And he's doing his best, and he does it so successfully as Nisbril and Co. will pick up the first dragon of the game. Kenny, he's gonna respond by going up towards the top side. Nisbril, he's well aware of it. He's gonna do the other red buff, and now it's gonna be a thing where they just do vertical jungling, where they just go back and forth. Might even set up a dive down in the bottom lane. Nisbril, he does have his Chrono Break available. Trying to do what he can. 0-7, or not 0-7. I'm sorry, Henry is stacking up his chakrams, but they do get reset. Here we go. Here's the dive. Parallel convergence doesn't quite connect, but the Moonlight Vigil adds the damage to it. Kenny is here, and he does jump onto Nisbril, but he is exhausted, and Nisbril uses the Chrono Break, but he is still in a very bad spot. The tower ends up connecting onto him, and he does go down in the end. Kenny gonna get peppered down by these Aphelios auto attacks from range. Now it's a matter of how can they capitalize on this. The turret goes down once again. Now it's just a push and pull. 0-7 is back in the fight with the Guardian. Full proc. And once again, we enter this lull state. Of a whole lot of nothing before the dragon spawns again in 2 minutes. Herald is spawning pretty soon. See how that turns out here. There we go, Herald is spawned, but there's a lot of members of RU Scarlet already here. Candela going to be detected by Piggers. Will zone away. And Kenny, he doesn't really want to fight in this, so he's just going to back away for now. He is trying to look to get a smite down. No, he will not get it. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't Herald. It was the Grubs. I'm so sorry. I am not well versed in the meta right now as Nisbril is gone. But Cynical picks up the kill. See what happens here. Heki Savage doing some damage. Candela as well. Unleash power not available as he used it to nuke Nispro out of the fight. Quite the slow game we're having here. Nothing of importance going down just yet. Dragon is alive and well. Kenny trying to do some extra damage, but Henry is there doing some more. And Heike Savage, he's going to realm warp into the fight. Nispro is being detected in the pit. Will get stunned up. Does that give an angle for Kenny to go in? It looks like the answer might be no. He might look to just back away, but everyone on the base department is closing in. Bullet time is available for 0-7, but it looks like Nispro will be able to smite away that dragon. And that does break up the fight. Oh, wait a minute. There's a kill opportunity coming in. Henry saw something. He used the ghost, but Kenny will get caught. And will be able to escape just as quickly. See how this turns out, flash for flash. So far, oh wow, this is an extended trait going down in the bottom lane. Henry hooking with this Aphelios, gets the stun off, but can he get the root off? Yes, he will, but the Monsoon will zone him away. Nispro saw an opportunity, but it does cost him his own ultimate to get himself out of there. Kenny. Oh. Okay. Nispro denies the blast cone as a way of escape. Kenny will go down. Getting punished for staying way too far up. Does have the hubris, so he wants to get that stacked as early as possible. With him going down there, it's gonna be just a little bit more difficult. Rod of Ages going to be picked up by the Rise. Asher's Tooth going to be the first buy for this roll on the Echo. Very interesting pickup. Usually people go for like the Rocket Belt. Some people go for like the extra Magic Pen early. Storm Surge did also get nerfed, so I don't blame the Asher's pickup. It also gives him attack speed to help him get that passive off. But Heike Savage is going to get jumped. Bullet time doesn't quite connect. Or I should say do enough damage. That's going to be first tower going down the bot lane. Nice gold injection going over to Henry. And the Herald will be taken down in response. 0-7. Forced to respect the all-in potential coming in. This game number 3 is very, very slow. Everyone is playing very safe. They don't want to make any catastrophic mistakes. Although we have seen a few of them, but doesn't seem like any of them have been all too game impactful just yet. Ooh, great movement coming in from Monprim there. And another rotation of spells. Has the Sundered Sky available now. Now Dragon going to break up this whole state. Who's going to take it? Oh no, a CC chain coming in for Piggers. He will get out. Nispril coming in with a parallel convergence onto Candela. But the Monsoon should be able to sustain him for a little bit longer, but he will go down in the end. Bullet time going to be used. Try to zone the rest of Scarlet away, but On-Prem is here. He has the Sunder Sky. He is healing so damn much, and the damage is way too much for the base department to handle, and that's going to be sole point. Over to the Scarlet. Now it's just a matter of pushing these waves, trying to get some sort of vision advantage as the Baron will spawn in about 2 minutes. Starting your preparations now, it would be ideal if you want to get this Baron as soon as possible. We'll see how this turns out. Pun going to be caught up. The all-out is there, but he's going to go all the way down 6 feet under. As Nispril doing all he can here. He might even find Kenny here. He does find Kenny, but 0-7 gets caught out too. And he's going to go down. Now Nispril, is he the one getting caught here? We'll see. Kenny trying to do what he can. Great dodge from the Chrono Break, but still in the end goes down. And this Rengar pick isn't quite working the way Kenny thought out to be. 1 and 2 doesn't have an opportunity to stack this hubris up. Hey, Candela. See, what's he doing? See how that turns out. Unleashed Power does go in, but forces Nispril's Chrono Break, and a few teleports to boot. And it looks like a fight might break out here. Actually, Pun going all out, but can he get a kill? Yes, he can. Gets a kill into Heike Savage, but with top laner dead, someone else needs to cover on-prem split push, and it's going to be Candela. That was some good initial burst, but that was an interesting Herald play coming in from Candela, but it does work out kind of in the end as they do trade 1 for 1. Cynical going to get caught up by on-prem, gets the dunks off, but the Monsoon is there to buy a bit of time. On-prem does pop the World Ender, does get the kill, but the Scattered Weak from Candela is way too well timed. On-prem wants to look to fight, but his World Ender is ending soon. Can he still do anything? Sunder Sky is still available for him. He can use it to heal up. This bro is here in the fight. Parallel Convergence does tag onto Candela, but no one is getting CC'd to their death. A little bit scrappy now, as 0-7 tries to look for something. Bullet Time going to be used, but it's only tickling Heike Savage. It is looking quite awkward on both sides of this game, as both teams are scrambling to find an advantage somehow, some way. Looking quite dire. But Are You Scarlet still have that slight advantage of a 3k gold lead. They will keep this advantage over to the dragon fight. See what the play is here. Kenny is looking for a play. On-Prim is going to catch out Candela. World Ender is available. He opts for the chase. Candela doesn't have a way out. Unleash power to try to do a little more damage. On-Prim just needs to auto once to get the Sunder Sky off. He does so. He gets it again, but he can't move. This is a 1-for-1 trade, but with all that attention down in the bottom lane, Are You Scarlet? They're going for Baron. They are happy to lose one dragon, but it looks like they were not. They want to go for the fight. They're going to use the Realm Warp to try to get themselves into that as soon as possible. Dragon already at half HP. They're not going to make it in time. But are they going to go for the fight? It looks like they might. Moonlight Vigil does connect onto 2, but the disengage is there. It was a good look for Are You Scarlet, but they are happy with losing a dragon with the Baron for trade. Nisbril trying to find 0-7, but 0-7 is very fast. But 0-7 doesn't have damage just yet. Nisbril burst down 0-7, but doesn't have the damage and will turn or break himself out of there. How this rest of the team fight turns out. Or at least this Baron power play. Things aren't looking good for the base department right now. They need to look for some sort of play, but right now they're just getting picked left and right. Cynical forced to use the flash. Candela trying to look for a stun. Parallel Convergence going to connect onto Kenny. Kenny goes down, but at the trade of Nisbril. On-Prim is here thanks to the teleport, but what can he do? He has popped the World Ender. He's going to keep it going for a little longer. Glacial Fissure going to be used. Another kill for On-Prim. He's going to keep going. Sundered Sky healing so much damage. Triple kill for On-Prim. He is going to keep going. He's going to get himself a Quadra. No, it's going to get taken away by Henry. But it looks like it's going to be a wrap here in game number 3. As Are You Scarlet do get the ace off. How much can they get? Maybe they even get the entire game. We'll see. They're going to go. How much can they do? 3 seconds left on Kenny. 5 seconds on Cynical. And 5 seconds on Pun Pun. But it looks like they can't do a whole lot here. Everyone on base department's gone. And they know it's over. And now, Are You Scarlet at match frickin' point. What a sequence of events that was for Are You Scarlet. They were just able to chain together the Baron, the picks, the fight, the ace, and then the game. They were able to do so quite flawlessly, honestly. With that, for you, Scarlet, at match point, there's the damage on Prim. Doing work towards the end of that fight, end of that game. We got one possible, or well, we got two more games at most. But it does seem like for you, Scarlet, they're right there, one win away from taking away or going home as champions of Fireside 2023. With that, I will be going on a break because I need to rest my voice for a little bit. That we will be right back. And we back for what possibly could be the final game of Fireside 2023. Here we go. Once again, this is Fearless Draft, so everything you've seen in the past few games are not available. We're seeing some early jungle reveals, possibly, with Nocturne and Graves. Both of these junglers are fairly good in the early to mid game. Graves does want to get some sort of early skirmishes down early, so I would not blame Kenny for picking that up once again. Whereas on the other side, Nisperl has Nocturne, wants to turn off the lights as soon as he can, so he's probably going to be full clearing. But his skirmish potential isn't too bad. I wouldn't be surprised if he is showing presence towards the dragon. Oh boy, look at that. Very Lulu. Very, very strong bot lane duo. Might be very scary as extra support is being pulled in, which possibly could be a Galio in the mid lane. All right. Draft is over. Save my voice, man. It's getting rough. Getting rough out here. But here it is. That's the rest of the draft. Here we go. So, looking at it at face value, um, I really like Are You Scarlet's draft here. They show off their front line. They have decent peel, or not decent. They have really good peel for Zeri. Assuming that Henry wants to go ballistic right now to end the game as soon as possible. They have the Gallia ultimate for peel. They have Lulu, who peels in general. They even have Nocturne, who could use his ultimate as like a disengage potential. Nar can get in there, do some gnarly damage, but you have to look at the threats coming in on the side of the base department. We're on the red side this time around. There's lots of backline potential. You have the Akali, you have the Ziggs, you have Nautilus, maybe even Olaf if he can run in as fast as he can. There's just a lot of threats coming in onto Henry, and it's a matter of can RU Scarlet defend their main carry, which is going to be that Zeri. Zeri is the only person in this RU Scarlet team that's probably going to do the most damage. So it's going to all rely onto the Zeri in order to have any sort of team fight potential. But RU Scarlet, they do draft the resources for it. They do get as many people as possible to try to help the Zeri reach its full potential. And on RU Scarlet, they quite honestly don't have a reliable source of DPS. Diggs is pretty good at DPS, but there is a chance that the Zeri out damages everyone on the side of the base department. And if you look even closer, there is not much CC to work with. The only reliable crowd control they have is the Nautilus ultimate, Nautilus hook, baby. But with the lack of CC, it might punish the draft coming in that is from RU Scarlet with so much more CC. Nautilus, sorry, not Nautilus. They have Galio, who is really good at crowd control. Gnar with his ultimate, and maybe his Mega Gnar W. Nocturne, Fear, turning off the lights. That's also CC. Lulu, Polymorph, and even the freaking ultimate. So there's so many options in terms of crowd control on the side of RU Scarlet. I wouldn't be surprised if they just absolutely roll this game. And I'm also surprised Candela didn't pick Cassio either. Cassio could have been a really good pick here. Especially when most of these champions that the base department are going up against, they're not that rangy compared to other games. I don't know if that's a word, but yeah, like Gnar doesn't have much range. Nocturne and Galio, Cassio could easily punish, but who knows? Base department could be confident and want to try to get into game number 5, try to contest the title of Fireside 2023 champion. But in order to do so, they need to get really early, really ahead. And they need to do it fast, or else the Zeri is going to absolutely wipe the floor come the late game. With that, I will leave it to everyone else for their speculations of how this game will turn out, as I will go rest my voice a little more before we get into this game number 4. Damn, they gave me no room. Here we go. The possible final game of Fireside 2023 between RU Scarlet and the Rutgers base department.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Oh, wait a minute. Early skirmishing happening here. Dispearl does have his pass available to heal, but he needs to use it now, or else he's gonna go down. But the flash to save Nisbro's life is there. The flash run away, but Kenny is there to respond, and he will get first blood. That is a step to get early and ahead early, as Piggers is going to get dangerously low. Candela gets the final auto in. Onprim, luckily, is able to trade. But already a chaotic start. This world did have Umber Blades. He could have used it to heal a little bit. I'm not sure if he actually did manage to get it off. So it might get problematic. Him going down early, but see how that turns out. Heike Savage is doing some decent damage onto Candela. Is able to burn the rest of his pots. That's gonna matter. So far, nothing too big happening yet. Both junglers are on the opposite sides of the map. Do what they can here. On-prem going to do some damage onto Pun Pun, but Pun Pun has auto attacks. On-prem doesn't quite auto very well, but a flash forward coming in from On-prem. But the healing from Pun Pun is way too much. And that's a solo kill up in the top lane. What a play coming in from Pun Pun. On-prem tried to use his flash to dodge away from an axe being thrown at his face, but doesn't quite do so successfully, as Heike Savage might be dangerously low. A hook into the wall, but it's going to do a decent chunk of damage onto Henry, but now Candela's caught, and he is down. Heike Savage will pick up that kill. Now, On-prem needs to be careful here, though. Didn't quite respect the healing from Olaf's passive. Combine it with this W. Wow, decent damage coming in. Savage chunking down Candela. Now Dragon is available. So is the Grubs. So we'll see how both these teams play this out. Any going to go for the Dragon first and foremost. He knows that the bot lane has priority. Heike Savage is walking down, but he is very alone right now. And Nisbro, on the other hand, is looking towards the top side. He needs to look for a gank now before Ragnarok is available for Pun Pun. Doesn't quite find anything. So there's a chance he resorts to going for the Grubs. Oh no, wait, Heike Savage, you can't be standing up this close. Look at your map. Everyone else is coming for you, but he doesn't care. He's just gonna quickly get a kill, get some pocket change, and run away to safety. the hands of Nisbro, who got one of the grubs down. Huggy Savage, early flash for him to dodge away. Nisbro going to pop his terrified zone away Pun Pun, who doesn't choose to use the Ragnarok. And just like that, it might be 2 grubs and a dragon going over to the side of the base department just like that. There you go. A net gain. It seems like to the side of the base department. I am keeping all chat on for extra. Oh wow. Great Ragnarok. On-prem might go down here. But Pun Pun's Ragnarok does run out, but on-prem does dodge one. Can he dodge another? No, he cannot, but the Reckless Swing will do enough self-damage to take out this Olaf. And it is a 1-for-1 up in the top lane. And now Nisbro. Uh-oh, he's gonna get caught here. The Galio is coming in hot, but the spell shield is there, but he can't dodge away from the Mega Inferno Bomb. This Huggy Savage now stuck in a world of hurt. Piggers needs to be careful here. He doesn't have the mana to peel anymore. As the hook hits a wall, Cynical has to flash away, but can he get away? No, he cannot. Falls to the hands of Henry. Now Henry needs to run the hell away. And these fights are staying close, and they will be close as Pun Pun chases down on-prem again. Can he get this? Can he get the damage off? Can he get even more? He should be enough. Another solo kill going over to Pun Pun. This Olaf's slowly getting scary by the minute. And if on-prem gets further and further behind, it's going to get very, very scary. But Nisbro does have Paranoia available now. Can turn off the lights whenever he wants to. Now it looks like a play coming in the bot lane. Zeri ultimate going to be used. But the satchel away from the Ziggs is well timed. But look at the map. The rest of base department can collapse here. Cynical will go down though. But now it's a matter of can the rest of base department clean up Candela with the perfect execution available. But the dash from Henry is premature and he will go down. Nisbro will go down simultaneously and Piggers cannot escape. And it's a double kill in response. All 3 have been cleaned up by the base department. And what a way to get themselves ahead. 3-0 on the Ziggs. But 2-1 on the Zeri, so he's not far behind. But on-prem, on the other hand, he really needs to be careful right now. He's going to keep getting slowed down. He has no way of getting out right now. Unless he does. Ragnarok going to be used. On-prem has a timing. Pun Pun doesn't quite have an axe available just yet. One more auto will secure a kill. But he restrains himself. Doesn't want to commit too hard. Again, another lull state. Nothing happens for a few moments before a big objective spawns. Lots of damage coming in on that tower. The top side. Dragon coming up soon in about 5 seconds. Both teams want to try to get this as soon as they can. Kenny, he's been quietly getting fed. Already 3-0. Has the Yomus available. They will be able to get this dragon first and foremost. There shouldn't be any risk of a steal as 0-7 is there to zone. Polymorph is there, but 0-7 is taking a bit of damage, but the Satchel is there, but the Ghost also going to be burned. Important cooldown to identify, as Zeri will be a little more vulnerable for just a bit longer. And this bro does deny the ultimate grub bonus. Now Pun Pun, uh-oh, he's hunting again. He look for more. Does get the final axe down, but right now there's a play coming down the bot lane. Great flash coming in from Piggers to avoid some extra damage. And like I said, this game honestly rests in Henry's hands. He is the one that has to do the damage. He is the one that has to carry his team to the Fireside 2023 title. Needs to do so. Farm up, get the items. Maybe even get kills along the way. We'll see. Archangel's also picked up for 0-7. Does the bomb interrupt? The bomb does interrupt. That's gonna cause some problems in terms of back timing. We will see though. Ooh, Piggers does get caught. But at least it's the support and not the AD carry. If the AD carry got caught there, he is locked in that lane for another few minutes. Ooh, okay. Great block coming in from Candela, but the Aftershock does help Heike Savage survive. Kenny entertaining a dive, but a great ward from on-prem is well aware. Very, very tense game right now. Herald is alive and well. But it looks like Kenny and co will be able to secure it. There, down it goes. Now, what is the play here? Kenny going to yoink away the blue buff, but Nispro did the same in the bottom side. Nispro also picks up the Hex Plate, I think? Yeah, the Hex Plate. Experimental Hex Plate. There it is. Yes. Gives that extra movement speed and some attack speed as well. On-prem looks for a play. But a good flash, but instant reaction. Flash for flash, no jungler with a way of moving themselves out to safety. Here it is, the grand entrance coming in, but this Ragnarok coming in from Pun Pun is way too much for them to handle. As long as Pun Pun doesn't auto anything, that will run out, and there it goes. But the chase is still on. It will finally back away. But look at this. Ultimate going to be used, but the disengage is well timed. Finally, a turret will go down. 16 minutes in. Mid lane tier 1. And what does OnPrem do here? He wants to look for a play. He finds Candela, but he does Shroud, but the Proto Belt is enough to secure the kill, and the Dragon might cause some problems, but the Pun Pun is split pushing. That might be a problem for the Scarlet. But they need to deny the soul point. And OnPrem is there. He will teleport to try to stop this split push from happening. OnPrem, he's just doing what he can. Kenny is here. He gets the steal, and he will try to get himself out. The bomb is there to zone, but Pun Pun teleports. Now it's his turn to go for a flank. But look at this. This Zeri still trying to do his best to fire away, but the damage is too much. The Ravenous Hydra is online to flash away. But he is trying to do what he can, but there's just too much damage. Game 5. Looking likely on the horizon. And with the lack of CC, they have the damage. I talked about it in Champ Select. It might be their doom, but it looks like it doesn't matter. Because they are so ahead. 4-0 on Kenny. 5-2 on Pun Pun. Top it off with an 0-7. 4-0. Looking all but likely that a Game 5 would happen. But can they cross the line is another question. Because this Zeri very well has a chance of popping off, has the Hexblade as well. Now entertaining some sort of play here. Nispro gonna get called out. Candela doing the same to OnPrem. OnPrem, he has not have had a good game in this game number 4. Candela is there. Candela will kill. He will do so with ease. With how behind everyone else is on the side of RU Scarlet, it's looking dire. It's looking rough. What can they do here? Maybe a fight? Maybe something? OnPrem? He's at half rage. He's gonna get fully charged. Okay, what can he do here? Doesn't quite land the Gnar onto anyone. And now this Olaf. What can you do to stop this? It's just too much damage for everyone to handle. This looks over. Oh my god, Candela. I think this one might be over. There it is. They want to go next quick. We've been here for a while. And just like that, game number 5, playing the Silver Scrapes. I need to get that over and done. But there is a lot more things to handle right now as I need to show off the damage. With that, I'll be right back. Oh god. Oh, hello again. Final game of Fireside 2023 up now as the draft is being they're drafting. Tired, hungry, but this is a banger. Must watch. That we are off to the races. Oh, oh, baby, Candela Cassio, Candela Cassio, Candela Cassio. It's looking good here against the Callista. Callista might be in a bit of a problem. There it is, Cassiopeia for Candela. Locked and loaded for this final game. Matter of what can they do to counter this Cassio, who provides many ways of pumping out DPS. Oh god, Trundle. Another one of those oppressive top laners. Or if he gets head early, he is going to absolutely run over the entire game. There is a chance that that happens here. See, as some very surprising picks are coming in hot. Mundo could be the final pick. Or are you Scarlet? Oh, it's going to be the Gragas. Still unsure as to where this Gragas is going to go. Probably jungle. If I were to assume anything. But then again, you never know. voice. Got Dude Bay in this out in here. What the heck? Soon enough, we get into this game, so bear with me. We head to final game of Fireside 2023. Hopefully there's action. Hopefully it's back and forth. See how this game turns out, but yeah, Callista is definitely going to be a tough pick against Candelas Cassio. It's a matter of can this Callista find an opportunity to go for any sort of play, but considering that Callista wants to dash, he accidentally dashes into a miasma, it's gonna cause problems. So it's a matter of can Candela really pop off on this Cassio? Or will he crumble under the pressure of the rest of RU Scarlet who have drafted a very map present team composition, especially when it comes to the Tilia. Renata also a very potent threat when it comes to team fights. But we will see how that turns out. I'm going to go on break because I am going to conserve voice again. So be right back.
A summoner has disconnected.
That's awkward.
A summoner has disconnected.
Well, be right back again. Because the runes didn't save apparently. I don't know if we're making a new lobby, but we'll see. So I'll be right back again. He is so back. We finally did it. We waited long enough for the game to finally start. And off we go.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
The final game of Fireside 2023 now underway in full force.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
And both teams are not affording to make any mistakes right now. And both will go for a 5-point. Gragas in the top lane versus the Gwen. An interesting matchup nonetheless.
Minions have spawned.
Soon enough we are off and ready to go. They are on a ward. I think they know. But they aren't revealing that. Okay. Decent poke coming in. Heike Savage. Now is his time to like go for some sort of poke. Because right now the mana for Candela not so high. But look at this. Extra damage coming in. Great dodge coming in from Candela. But the minions, they do take him out. First blood to Candela. Oh my. Oh my god. Some great plays coming in from Candela. He was able to secure first blood over Heike Savage. He knows the Talia wants to look for an advantage early. But Candela was there for an easy punish. Flying inside the minion wave. Letting the minions do their work. Just like that, an early advantage. Over to the base department. There are some early skirmishes happening that could happen in this river. Vispro and Kenny, they find each other. They do shake hands and run away, essentially. On-prem, in a bit of trouble. Has the body slam, does the extra damage, but Pun Pun has the Q up and ready soon. But will it translate to anything? 0-7, gonna keep autoing away at Henry. Overall, an easy trade. On-prem might get caught out here. And will he? Yes, he will. He should be going down. On-prem does have flash. Will dodge away from the Vault Breaker. We'll see what happens here now. A great Q coming in from Piggers. That forces Cynical to flash away. Candela will get caught, but so does Cynical. 2 kills. Over to the Scarlet. And that is a great response. grubs. Oh no, Nisbro. He's caught. There's a lot of damage coming in, but Kenny is going to go in. Candela is there with the miasma, but he doesn't quite have the damage just yet. Nisbro and Kenny, they're off in their own, doing their own 1v1s. But it looks like Nisbro will flash away to safety on Prim. Doesn't quite find a kill into Pun Pun. Nisbro also goes down. But does Kenny get away? No, he cannot. Mikey Savage is able to capitalize. But the rest of the base department trying to close in onto Heike Savage, but they don't want to entertain a dive. Or at least not just yet. 0-7 needs to bunker down a little longer, as Cynical is just now gone to base. Figures was able to avoid the tower range so that Henry can get the full power plate bonus for himself. They do so with ease, as the dragon will be the next point of tension. Kenny is here, but there is a Calista Smite available as well. Not needed. The game is pretty much dead even still. 3 kills to both teams. But a dragon, the only advantage right now on the side of RU Scarlet. Then you realize the grubs haven't been taken just yet. The first of the grubs, I believe, are still alive. If I remember correctly. Yeah, all the grubs are still alive right now. So that will be the main focus for the base department. They will go straight to it. They do have a slight timing with that top lane pushed in. They will get all 3 with ease. Pun. Oh, Pun Pun. Great dash away from the Friendly E. Again, we're at that little state. So nothing really happening too much. Candela does pick up the first item of the Rod of Ages. Getting it this early is a very, very good thing, honestly. Candela can stack that as soon as possible. He will reach a very strong ceiling very early into the game. Now, Despero reveals himself. With this wave constantly being pushed in, it's just so much damage onto this tower. The plate's going over to Henry. This Callista just getting further and further ahead. Ooh, Petrifying Gaze. Candela wants to commit. Mikey Savage is going to flash away, though. Try to do what he can to respond. But a good look coming in from Candela. Fortunately, doesn't net a kill. But it does net a flash. So it is still a net gain in favor of Candela. Great dodge from Pun on-prem. Force UC explosive cast. Cask. Disengage. See how much this matters, because right now, Henry is pretty ahead right now. He's doing quite well on this Callista. As the Condemned doesn't pin the Callista into the wall, but look at this, Kenny. He's making his way down, but then again, look at the response coming in from Are You Scarlet? Heike Savage is here. Still has the Weaver's Wall if needed. Will cover up the choke point. Dragon available for the taking. But how does the base department get into this fight? Teleport going to be used by Pun. On-prem needs to go home first and then use his teleport. But where will he go? Nowhere. It seems like he's just going to be behind his team as he teleports a little too late. And the second dragon goes over to the base department, and it's going to be the Cloud Rift, arguably one of the more impactful souls in this game. And Henry will take the first tower. His gold value probably going through the roof right now. Yeah, 5,500 gold to his name, the most in the game. But now, oh, that was very close. Good look by On-Prem, but now it's going to be all 6 Void Grubs going over to the base department. They have been prioing these grubs very well across all 5 games. Ooh, they see a Nistral backing. They don't want to interrupt it. Oh, never mind. Cynical does manage to stop it, but there's already too many people at the Herald, so Scarlet willing to give it away. Now it's a question of what do the Scarlet do to capitalize? Because right now they have a Callista who's pretty ahead right now. Already has the Blade of the Ruined King. On-prem and Pun going for a bit of an extended trade. Pun has to Rift Maker, but On-prem doesn't quite have any damage to respond at all. But here we go. Here comes the ultimate coming in onto Piggers, but Piggers has the hostile takeover, but is it going to be enough? The Callista does go down. The bailout isn't used in time, as the base department are able to get a play. They are able to get a pick, and they do counter and shut down the Callista before he even gets more ahead. Somehow that play does work out in favor of the base department. Despite the Callista Fate's Call being used to save Vigors' life from the Bi-Ultimate. We must see if it does translate to anything. That was a good look. A quick 2 kills going over to base department. Now the dragon. 30 seconds left on its spawn. Who will go for it? Dragon score dead even, 1-1. Does Kenny go for something? He is spotted on a ward, but Henry gets very aggressive, already down to half HP. It might be catastrophic if this Callista does end up getting caught, but Cynical will go down first. Kenny trying to do what he can. Here comes the rest of the team. The Vault Breaker. The ultimate also going to be used. Heike Savage going to go down, but Pun Pun, he gets the cut down onto the Callista. And again, another cleanup. Successful in the base department's way. And this bro can't really do anything. No ultimate to be tanky. Herald going to be used to charge in. And they're going to open up this mid lane even further. They can't do anything about it. Look at all these grubs just whacking away at the tower. That's the 6 grub special. And just like that, it's seemingly going the way of the base department. They're trying to break this game wide open. Can they cross the line? Can they make it to the end? Can they get the coveted triple? We will see. This bro sees an opportunity onto Kenny. But Kenny does have the Vault Breaker, but it's blocked by Nisbro. And Kenny resorts to using his flash. Fully stacked Rod of Ages. Online and ready for Candela. He has all the bonuses he wants. And has the Seraphs enabled as well. See the Baron. Where's the Baron? There he is. Hello. Let him go. Okay, there's a play going on in the top lane. They might look for a dive here. But will they get it? They do get the shove off. The rest of the team is here. They won't entertain any sort of play. Pun Pun does get out. Baron does spawn. Uh-oh. I don't think they wanted to start that. That's extra chip damage that they really didn't want to do. Mikey Savage is going to go home. Dragon coming up in about 2.5 minutes. And the Rage Blade also available and purchased by Henry. So already a 2-item spike coming in, but Candela's already quicker. Damn, this game kind of slow now. But it doesn't matter. That's kind of what Are You Scarlet want. At least for on-prem's Route of Ages to stack for another 2 minutes. But right now, with this dragon coming up in 30, there is a world where the rest of Are You Scarlet look for some sort of play here as Pun Pun doing what he can. Look at this damage coming in. Explosive Cask is used to disengage again. And the rest of the base department, they're going to try to run it down mid. The Scarlet do manage to get a top tower, but considering that they kind of jumped the... I feel like they did jump the gun. They could have gone for it while the rest of the base department were on the dragon, but now it's all scattered. It's all over the place because now they're gonna take this dragon without worrying of a team fight happening because Weaver's Wall is offline. The Explosive Cask is also offline. With Pun Pun getting out, might have been a slight blunder on the side of the Scarlet. Now, the base department can prepare for Baron. There it is. The first start of the Baron. But Heike Savage got some good chip damage off, but the heal is there to pretty much nullify it. And everyone else on the Scarlet running away into the bushes. But they do get the teleport out of Candela. A somewhat net win. But this game is still tense and very, very close right now. 2k gold separating the two. Actually, less than that. 1,500 to be fair, to be exact. And that is basically dead even. Very, very tense. The vision will be cleared by the base department right now, thanks to the Void Scuttle Crab, a new addition to the game, doing wonders for the base department right now. Now it's their turn to have vision control of this Baron Pit. But what can Scarlet do right now? They need to capitalize. They only have 2 wards on this Renata. A play could go down. Both top laners do have teleport, so they are free to stay in the side lanes. But they need to keep watching. They need to keep watching intently. Make sure when a fight does break out, they are there to cut to the chase. Candela gets shoved, but no, it's only chip damage. But Kenny sees an opportunity. And Azanias will be used. Heike Savage will flash away. Respect the damage coming in from this Cassio. Nispril going to use Subjugate. On-prem is there. Trying to get the CC down, but Petrifying Gaze and the AoE CC coming in hot. As on-prem goes down first. Nispril up next. The bailout keeps them alive for a little longer, but it's only going to not delay the inevitable. And finally, they find an opportunity to break this game wide open. Piggers, no hostile takeover for this choke point. Right now, it's all up to Henry to do all he can. Piggers managed to snipe a kill onto Cynical, but it doesn't matter. Right now, everyone piling in, everyone in unison, and they all get the kills to secure Baron for themselves. There's been a back and forth affair from both these teams. And in game number 5, when it matters most, everyone steps up. And they are seemingly a few minutes away from achieving the 3 wins they need to secure the title of Fireside 2023 champions. Dragon spawning very soon, but will that mean Soul, or does it mean that Scarlet go for a desperation fight? Vision going to be prepared. Everything going the department's way. With that mid-wave pushed in, that opens up a lot of opportunities for the base department. They have the river covered, they have priority, and Scarlet need to go in there. But do they want to risk it? Do they want to go for it? A convergence into the mid lane. Trying to push this wave out. Trying to get something. But it doesn't matter. As Kenny already on that dragon, Soul being secured. And what is the play here? Cynical threatening and engage, and here we go. The hostile takeover doesn't tag anyone. Only tags Cynical, who is very mobile and can get in the fight. A great shove coming in from Heike Savage, but is that going to be enough? Henry does find a kill, but can they find even more? 0-7, firing away, firing in the back. On-prem goes down to Candela, but 0-7 still alive, still firing away. The shove, the dodge, everything going their way. And it's all up to this Renata Glask, but it doesn't matter. The surrender goes in, and it's all done. The base department get the triple. And it's over. And they take the title for Fireside 23 champions. It was a long one. But they do get it done. An admirable effort coming in from RU Scarlet. But in the end, it is the base department being very, very based as they take the title down to the wire. Both teams played really, really damn well. But that will be the end of Fireside 23, and the base department will be your champions. Although this tournament did last a while, since before the changes have gone through. I wonder if it was going to be any different if this final was played before the changes. That I have no idea, but in the end, it is the end of Fireside 23. And for now, that'll be it. And what else is there? I guess stay tuned for any upcoming competitive matches that might happen in the near future. Obviously, there is going to be Scarlet Classic. Probably the biggest Rutgers esports event of the year. And that will happen around March, April, sometime then. So stay tuned for that. For now, that'll be it from me. And I will be signing off now.